Okay, so look on the screen. Look on the screen. Barry Washington Jr. killed by white man after supposedly talking to his girlfriend. So here is Barry Washington Jr. and here's the white man. That's obvious. Okay, so this here, a lot of our people seem to think, and I'm just speaking in general. I don't know the young man, but a lot of people seem to think, especially in the BC, we think of somebody, especially if they look different than us. Somebody smiles. Heck, I smile a hell of a lot, but we seem to think everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody don't love you. Everybody don't. And I've noticed a lot, you hear a whole lot of talk, especially the black men. Oh, I got options. We got some options out here. We ain't got to deal with these sisters. And you date one white girl. And again, I'm speaking in general. I don't know the deceased. Rest in peace. I'm speaking in general. You date one white girl and you think everybody wants you behind. Everybody don't. Somebody, maybe Becky's mom smiled at you and you think everybody is loving you and everybody is not loving you. I'm going to tell you that, boo. Honestly and truly. So I've noticed that. So this right here, there's no excuse. It didn't even have to escalate. I guess testosterone got on and it went wrong. And this one here, so I'm thinking this right here, he got a black guy from the fight. So Bubba over here decides to go ahead and pull his gun out. Let's go ahead and get to it. So, fair use. In a case that harkens back to the Emmett Till murder on Thursday, a grand jury indicted 27-year-old Ian Mackenzie Cranston for the fatal shooting of 22-year-old Barry Cristiano Washington in Bend, Or, KTVZ reports. Following the indictment, Cranston was arrested on second-degree murder, first and second-degree manslaughter, first-degree assault, and 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon for the September 19th attack. So, and this is Cranston with the girlfriend. Wow, yeah, beauty queen. Not attacking anybody's looks, but I know with most black men, a lot of them, it's all right if they could just get a hold of something white, get a person that's white. Now, here is what I wanted you to look at before we look at the video. Before we get to the video, there's a whole lot of beef that goes on in the black community, and especially with the men. I mean, it's like these men seem to think that the black women are your enemy. No, you're your own enemy, boo. It's not the black women. You, your own enemy. And you trying to run from yourself and your community to go hide up under somebody else. Guess what? Those same problems are going to still plague you. So here's another article. It says white man fatally shoots black man who complimented his white girlfriend. Does sound like Emmett Till to me. A whisper or some talk. So here it is. Here's Bubba with the black eye. It says an Oregon man has been charged with murder for fatally shooting a black man who allegedly complimented his white girlfriend outside of a local bar. According to Mercury News, on Thursday, September 30th, 27-year-old Ian Cranston was charged with second-degree murder, first-degree manslaughter, second-degree manslaughter, assault, and unlawful use of a weapon for the death of 22-year-old Barry Washington Jr. On September 19th, Washington reportedly approached a white woman outside the Capitol Club and gave her a compliment. The woman told Washington that she had a boyfriend. Deschutes County DA John Hummel said the young man responded appropriately to her turning down his advances. So he responded appropriately. Now, I noticed some black women, if you turn a dude down, man, you might get attacked with some verbal name calling, but it's okay. I get it. Self-hatred. So in this case here, it seems to be very calm. He said he responded appropriately to her turning down his advance. No problem. Later that night, however, Washington became involved in a physical altercation outside of the bar with Cranston and other people he was with. Some words were exchanged and some punches were thrown. At that point, Cranston reportedly pulled a gun out of his waistband and shot, striking Washington once. He was transported to a local hospital where he later passed away. Cranston was arrested that night on suspicion of second-degree manslaughter, but was later released after posting $10,000 bond. So he only had to pay $1,000 to get out. Cranston. And Washington is dead. Now, check this out. Let's check. Here's what's interesting to me. Since the shooting, Hummel has received many calls from black people who are outraged that Cranston was out on bail. You described how uncomfortable you are walking the streets in Bend. Most chilling were your accounts of how the killing of Barry Washington impacted your children, the DA said in a statement on Thursday. Washington's relatives posted on social media that the young man had been the target of racial harassment just the night before he was killed. Now, I want you to brace yourself. Brace yourself. Read this paragraph. The Central Oregon Daily News came under fire a week after the shooting for posting a video, which was given to them from Cranston's girlfriend, of onlookers laughing and using racial slurs against Washington as he laid on the sidewalk bleeding. I'm going to read again. The Central Oregon Daily News came under fire a week after the shooting for posting a video, which was given to them from Cranston's girlfriend, the one he was complimenting, of onlookers laughing and using racial slurs against Washington as he laid on the sidewalk bleeding. And I hate to say it, just my opinion, my commentary. You can let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. We can have the conversation. A lot of our people, they hate being themselves and hate being black. This is who they love. So he did get to see the people, in my opinion, because I've I listen to what people tell me, especially in interracial relationship and especially with black men. A lot of them have it in for black women. They think we're just the enemy. But he was able to look at those same people that he probably loved so much as he laid on the sidewalk bleeding. Those are the last faces that you saw. The last faces that you saw. And look at the cruelty. They were laughing and using racial slurs. So as he left this world, that's the last thing that he saw. So let's go ahead and get to this video, fair use. It didn't, this here, the guy Cranston is totally in the wrong. They had a fight. As Papa High got that black guy and pulled out the gun and shot and killed him. So he is totally in the wrong. I'm not excusing it. But I will say, the Dusties, man, they don't mind giving their life, putting their life and safety on the line for anybody, in my opinion, that's white. Here we go, check it.
Downtown Bend news conference tonight. Deschutes County DA John Hummel announced a grand jury indicted Ian Cranston on second-degree murder and other charges in the recent downtown Bend fatal shooting. 22-year-old Barry Washington Jr. was fatally shot in the early morning hours of September 19th. Cranston's being charged with murder in the second degree, first and second degree manslaughter, assault in the first degree, and 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon. Hummel says he spoke with Barry Washington's mother minutes before announcing the charges.
A few minutes before I walked down here, I was on the phone with Barry's mother, LaWanda Robinson. I informed LaWanda of the decision made by the grand jury. I expressed my condolences to her and her family as they continue to grieve the loss of Barry. Based on what I told her, she thanked God. That's what she said to me. Thank God. There's a reckoning with race that needs to happen in Central Oregon. And it needs to happen now. To the hundreds of people who have been advocating on behalf of Barry and his family, thank you. Keep it up. I see you and I respect you. Our community needs you. Know this. Justice will be done in this case.
Cranston's now being held without bail at the Deschutes County Jail until his court appearance tomorrow afternoon. To read more of Hummel's full statement and his answers to our questions tonight, go to our website, ktvz.com, for the web version.
Okay, so now he's held without bail. So this here, it didn't have to be, like I said, not excusing murder, not hardly. But this definitely does have the ring of Emmett Till. So he's in a small town where he was harassed the night before. They said racial harassment, and now this. So even being harassed, he still just had to take a chance and give Becky a compliment. Becky got some dumb fool as a boyfriend, wants to boss up. They start boxing. Cranston got the black guy, pulls out a gun, shoots and kills this young man. Not excusable. But I've noticed a pattern here. No matter what happens, the black man will go out of the way. And again, there's no excuse. Somebody giving a compliment is no excuse. They said he handled it well. Maybe, and it could be too, I think, for Cranston. You see how he looked, Bubba. I think this guy looks better than him. That may have kind of did it too. And the idea about him being black, oh, he looks better than me. Cranston might need to call Jenny Craig. Not fat shaming, trust me. I have a little weight on me myself, but he's bigger than me. But I think so too. With that male testosterone kicking, and the guy looks better than him. Oh yeah, he wants to boss up. Sad all around. So anyway, you guys share your thoughts, but I just noticed lately, no matter what happens, I mean, we see issues of a lot of Becky's getting with the guys, and then holla, he attacked me, or attacked me. Then he pulled his phone out and he got to show the tweets. He has to show the tweets. But if you want to risk it all for Becky, that's you. Again, I'm not excusing the behavior, but what I am noticing, a lot of violence seems to happen to these black men, and it seems to have a ring of Becky around it in some cases. So that right there, a lot of anger, a lot of horrible people in society, and some people are wanting to kind of do something. You know what I mean? They want to get something started, and this could be that kind of issue. You're looking for something to get going. You want to prove you're a man. So now, as for Cranston, he is where he belongs, in jail, locked up. In jail, locked up. But I think the sad thing, besides the death, to think he laid on that sidewalk, and you have such horrible, vicious people calling him racial slurs and laughing as he's bleeding, and then he died. That's a horrible way to go. Anyway, I'm out. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. I look forward to your comments. I'm sure we're going to have a difference of opinion. We'll just hash it out in the comment section. Stay safe.